On the golden sand of the beach, where the ocean quietly laps the waves and the sun gently warms the skin, Sarah and Emma met for the first time on one of those perfect summer days. Sarah, a journalist from a bustling city, had come to rest and enjoy the freedom of the beach. Emma, a teacher from a sunny coastal town, stayed after a conference to breathe in the sea air. Both were alone but open to new acquaintances, though they didn't expect this to change their lives. It all began by chance. Sarah spread out her towel by the water's edge, put on her sunglasses, and immersed herself in a book about travel. Emma was walking along the shore, collecting shells, when her gaze fell on Sarah. Something about her calm pose caught her attention. A faint smile, the wind playing with her dark hair. Emma approached and asked, "Excuse me, may I sit here? The view is so beautiful." Sarah looked up and nodded. "Of course, join me. I'm Sarah." And so began an easy conversation. They talked about small things. Favorite seaside spots, work, how this beach differed from their usual lives. Sarah shared her passion for writing articles about strong women overcoming challenges. Emma spoke of her work with children and her dreams of new horizons. Both had grown up in families where speaking openly was difficult, and both had experienced breakups in the past. The conversation flowed naturally, like the tide, and time slipped by unnoticed. By evening, as the sun began to set, painting the sky in warm hues, they decided to take a walk. The sand was warm under their bare feet, the air filled with the scent of salt and flowers. They found a quiet spot away from the crowd, spread out their towels and lay side by side gazing at the stars. "It's so peaceful here," Emma whispered, turning to Sarah. Their eyes met, and the world around them grew still. Sarah gently took Emma's hand, their fingers intertwining. Their faces drew closer, and they kissed softly, tenderly, like the touch of a breeze. It was a kiss full of trust, an expression of the spark that had ignited between them. They lay there, embraced, listening to the ocean, and shared their dreams for the future. After that evening they didn't part ways. The next day they met for coffee at a cozy cafe with a view of the palm trees. Emma showed Sarah her favorite spots: street artists, quiet parks, fruit markets. Sarah shared stories from her city, about parks, about night lights. They walked for hours hand in hand, and each goodbye kiss was a promise of another meeting. As the vacation neared its end, they decided not to let the connection fade. "Let's try a long-distance relationship," Sarah suggested, and Emma agreed. "It's worth it." Their relationship began across the miles. Daily video calls, photos of sunsets, shared playlists. Sarah visited Emma, and they strolled through her town, sitting on the beach under the stars. Emma returned the visit to Sarah. Snow lights, cozy evenings. Their bond grew, they supported each other at work, shared joys and struggles. Sarah wrote, inspired by Emma, while Emma taught lessons on tolerance. Eventually, Emma moved to Sarah's city. They rented an apartment with a view of the river, where they drank coffee in each other's arms each morning. Life became shared. Walks, trips, support. Families accepted them gradually. Sarah's parents saw her happiness, and Emma's mother said, "The main thing is that you're happy together." They overcame challenges, adjustment, work, but love helped. Now they are planning a wedding on that same beach. Sarah is writing a book about love, inspired by their story, while Emma continues teaching children to be open-minded. Their story is real, like that of many couples who found each other by chance. It's about the courage to be oneself, about a connection born from a simple hello on the sand. They lie on the beach, kissing softly, noses touching, and that became the start of their journey. Now they look ahead together, full of plans and warmth. Recalling that day, Sarah says, "The beach gave us a beginning." They return there, lying on the sand, embracing, kissing gently. There's nothing excessive, only pure emotion. They discuss books. Emma loved classics, Sarah memoirs. This brought them closer. Gifts became a tradition. A shell from Sarah, a bracelet from Emma with the inscription "Together Forever." Their relationship grew through small joys. Picnics, movie nights, support in tough times. When Emma was sick, Sarah cared for her. When Sarah was nervous, Emma calmed her. Distance taught them to cherish every moment. Friends say, "You're an example of love." And they smile, knowing it all started with a beach conversation. This story inspires. In a noisy world, true feelings find a way. Love blossoms like a flower under the sun, and Sarah and Emma are proof of that.